Hi, I'm Kev from 24/7 Blinds, and in this video we're going to take a look at how to fit your brand new day-night blinds, which fit exactly the same way as Vista blinds. So if you have those, watch on. Now that you've received your day-night or Vista blinds, it's time for the fun part. 24/7 Blinds include all of the mounting brackets and safety devices with every blind they sell. It will be up to you to provide screws and raw plugs that are suitable for the surface you're attaching your blind to. Okay, so once we've unpacked everything, then we're going to be ready for the installation. But before we can start, there are going to be a few tools that you'll need to have available. To fit your blind, you may need a drill with an appropriate drill bit, a metal tape measure, a Phillips or crosshead screwdriver, and a pencil. And as usual, in this video, we'll be referring to all measurements in centimetres. Okay, so let's take a look at the blind unit itself. From one end, we've got the master control unit with the control chain attached. Now this has been pre-fitted based on what you ordered, so it should be pretty easy to work out which way around the blind will go and where this will sit once the blind's installed. So the next step then is to mount the wall brackets. And depending on the width of your blind, that will determine how many of these brackets you receive. It'll probably be 2, 3 or 4. Just make sure you use all of the brackets that come supplied. They can be fitted in one of two ways. Either face fix, which is great for when you're fitting outside the recess of the window, or top fix for fitting inside of the recess of the window, which is what we're going to do today. Now when you're deciding where to seat the brackets within the recess, it's important to consider any potential obstacles, things like window handles or locks. As you can see in this case, this handle is sitting about 3 centimetres forwards from the back of the window frame itself. So when I come to mount the brackets, I want to put them approximately 4 centimetres forwards. This will give me a good clean drop every time the blind is used. So let's install the first bracket. Now don't forget that when we offer it up inside the recess top fix, we're going to have to bring it forward about 4 centimetres. We're then going to repeat the process evenly along the inside of the recess for each of the brackets supplied. Position these brackets about 20 centimetres from the edge of the recess. Take the pencil and make 2 drill marks in the wall. We need to then repeat this process for all other supplied brackets before we start the drilling. So we're all set. I've got my cordless drill all charged up and ready to go, and I've got a suitable masonry drill bit attached for this wall that I'm going to drill into. The other thing to consider is a pair of safety specs. I wear these just to keep the plaster dust out of my eyes, but if you don't have any, then be careful. Okay, so now that we have our holes drilled, the next thing we need to think about are pushing our wall plugs in. Make sure that you seat these flush all the way into the wall. So next up then, we can offer up the first of our brackets and screw it into place. Once we've done this one, we repeat for all the brackets supplied. Great, so the bracket's now firmly in place, it's time to offer up the blind. What we need to do is push the headrail towards the window so that this lip at the front of the bracket slips into that channel. Then we simply push up at the back of the headrail until we hear this click. And that's it. All that's left to do is to install this. It's the child safety device, and this is really important. Not only will it stop the control chain from looking untidy, hanging in the recess there, but it's also a safety feature because that chain can be dangerous for small children and pets. So let's extend out the control chain to its maximum extension and seat the safety device towards the wall. Mark the holes with our pencil, and then we're ready to drill the final 2 holes. So there you go, your brand new day-night blind is fitted. And the great thing is, of the daytime, you can still see out, but when the nights draw in, like this, privacy and a great night's sleep. And don't forget, of course, now that those brackets are in place, when you decorate your room or just fancy freshening things up a little bit, you can easily switch that blind for a different colour or style. Click one of the links below to take a look through our huge range of colours, designs and styles to make your room look fabulous. And remember, we're always creating new styles, blinds and window options. So don't forget to subscribe today so you don't miss out.